I've got this broken clock. Well, it works kind of sort of, but it's high maintenance. You know, as it keeps time, it unscrews the thing here and the minute hand falls off frequently. And then me and Jason will stare at it trying to figure out what time it is, and it takes us a minute to realize that we can't because there's no minute hand. Then we feel really stupid. So I'm replacing the clock. Actually, I already did. I got another one basically just like it, but a different design. I've had this clock like over 10 years. I mean, it's cheap. It has totally served its purpose. So took it down, replaced it, and thought I would make something out of it, like maybe a wall hanging. I don't need another clock. I'm over the clock functioning of it. But it might make a cool wall hanging, right? I could just art on it. I thought I might paint it or something. And then I remembered that I had this little rolled paper starburst thing hanging in my guest room. It's got paper beads and tubes. It's kind of cool looking. And I thought, okay, look at that. Just the right size, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking it was meant to be. The two need to be used together. I thought about just doing a painted background, but then I thought it would be more fun to do something with paper because, you know, this is paper, so how about some collage? Dug around in my stash, wasn't finding anything I was happy with until I came across this copy of Sabine's notebook. And this is an extra copy. I have the Griffin and Sabine trilogy, which I love. I have fantasized about altering one day, and I still might, but I haven't done it. So this one was gifted to me so that I could maybe alter it, but I'm thinking I want to use it to just do a collage on this clock, a whole like Sabine's notebook themed collage. Because look at this. I mean, the colors and like the theme and everything just really kind of go well with this whatever this is, you know, with the, I'm trying to remember if they were magazine pages. I think these were textbook pages out of an old college textbook maybe. I don't really remember. Can't remember what the pages are from, but you know, a lot of the, look, they just kind of pick up the colors. There's some of the blue, some of the red, but none of it is overpowering. So I'm thinking this might make a cool background for this. So that's the plan. The first thing I need to do is get rid of the clock mechanism thingy. Don't need all that on there. And looks like all I have to do is unscrew this. Okay, so clearly it's held on this side. Oh, there we go. And not quite sure where to go from here. I guess all I need to do is just pry all this off. I don't know. I'm not worried about damaging the clock face because I am going to cover it all up. Does it unscrew? Let's try this. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to get this thing off and then it's going to be clear that there was a logical way to remove it that I was just too impatient to look for. Crap! Okay, that's probably not what's holding it in there, but I feel like I've accomplished something. Okay, I probably just made that a whole lot harder than it should have been. But seriously, I could not get that thing out of there. I just had to break the, whatever it is that I broke. I guess it was that metal ring that held it in. Okay, anyway, done with that. Don't need these. Now, I guess the next logical step would be to clean this off really good because it's probably dusty and I'm going to glue stuff on it, and it would be nice if that glue stuck. So I'm just going to use this all-purpose cleaner degreaser. And it looks like I had paint or something on my thing. Either that or, oh no, it's removing the paint off of here. Okay. LA's Totally Awesome all-purpose concentrated cleaner degreaser spot remover that I get at the Dollar Tree. It is $1 and it works really well. Now I'm going to set this aside and start taking apart Sabine's notebook. This book is stitch bound, so I mean it's going to be easy to disassemble in, you know, large pieces that make sense, but I'm also going to cut out each of the postcards. They're double-sided, so I'll have to figure out, you know, which side I want facing up. And some of the enclosures I'll use. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start pulling the pages out, cutting out the postcards, and then we'll see what all kinds of papers and interesting things that I get out of it to use. So here's what I ended up cutting out from the book. It had, you know, some little envelopes stuck in there. I couldn't get them out neatly, but, you know, doesn't really matter because they're going to be glued down. Some of them I didn't use the whole envelope, just the part with the pictures on it. I pretty much cut off all of the plain stuff and just used pictures and text. You know, the envelopes had letters inside. So I cut them up, cut some of the pictures out, and then cut up some of the text to use for background pieces, and then like literally any little illustration on any of the pages. Cut that out, cut up the cover, the not the cover, but the, what do you call it, dust jacket. And those are parts from that. And that was an insert in one of the envelopes. And then I cut out all of the postcards. Some were vertical, some horizontal. Got a bunch of those. And then I even, you know, around the postcards on each page, there were little like margin notes and illustrations. So I cut those out to use for filler. So I think this is going to be plenty to cover the clock. So now I think I just want to play with arrangement of, you know, how I want it to look, and then we'll go from there. Now on the clock, I did fill the hole in the middle, and y'all, I like tore my house up looking for some spackle or some modeling paste or something to shove in there. Couldn't find anything. All I could find was this little piece of quick cure clay that I have. Y'all know what that is? I'll have to put a link to it. It's this clay that you can, you know, mold and shape into stuff, and then you heat it. You just kind of get it started, heat it just a little bit in a spot, and then the heat, it like heats itself all the way through. It's just the weirdest thing. It's magic. And I think I have a video somewhere where I visited with the guy who invented it at an art show several years ago, and he was just fascinating. But I think it's a Ranger product now. Pretty sure he teamed up with Ranger to distribute it. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll hopefully sort all that out before I get the video uploaded. But it dries like really hard. It's solid, and that happens within just a couple of minutes. It gets really, really hot, and I thought, oh dear, I hope it doesn't like burst into flames. But it didn't. It was a little bit too lumpy on this side, so I got my Dremel and sanded it down so it'll have, I'll have a smooth gluing surface. But that did the trick to fill the hole, just so there wouldn't be any weirdness when I start collaging over it. So, I was playing with this a little while ago, and I'm feeling very symmetrical. I keep trying to just do everything real symmetrical, and instead of fighting it, I'm just going to go with it, and I'm just going to be symmetrical, and everything straight and up and down, and, I don't know why, yeah, whatever. I can't explain it. It is what it is. I think I want to do these first. Because see, I've got just the exact, I've got 1, 2, and then what do I have? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. That's too many. 1, 2, 1, 2. See, I'm forced symmetrical here, and I don't know why, but I'm not going to fight it, I don't think. Put this down here. I love this lionfish. Was at the top of one of the correspondences. I know that I'm going to cut off part of the clock. Like, I cannot lift my camera any higher to get a bigger picture because it hits the light fixture. So, yeah, deal with it. It's the best I can do. So, yeah, I think something like that. And then these, maybe they don't have to be exactly, even. And then the postcards could be, I guess it doesn't really matter, just put them down. Like that. Totally hides that, but that's okay because that shows everywhere else, right? Alright. So yeah, I'm going to be like fiddling and messing with this a lot before I actually start gluing down. And I'm not going to bore you with going through the whole thing. I'm getting a little looser, letting go of some of the symmetry. That's good. Now, these smaller ones, I'm pretty sure I want this in the middle. This was on the cover, so I'm pretty sure I want that to be like the middle central focal piece. But everything else is kind of up for grabs. I can put that there. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here. I'm not going to do this all on camera because, it'll take me a while and it's just a lot of the same. But I am going to just arrange and rearrange until I get this how I want. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to glue all this down with Yes Paste. And I'm going to do that because I'm not going to be adding anything wet on top. It's not going to be like full-on mixed media, and I want everything to stick completely flat. I don't want a lot of buckling in it. So Yes Paste is probably going to be my best bet. I'll give that a try and see how it goes. So let me get this all kind of arranged, get a good start on it, and then I'll come back and We'll see how it looks. And I think this is going to be super cute with this on top. Don't you think? Yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, I'll be back. What do we think? Pretty cool. Okay, I'm using the Yes Paste, which is doing great. Collaging with Yes Paste is extremely messy. The stuff is sticky. It dries super slow, but that has actually been a good thing because more than once I've peeled stuff up to slip something underneath it, which you can do with Yes Paste. If it's already started to dry, you can reconstitute it with a little water. So that has worked well. I used some water and a wet towel to remove most of the paste that I had on top. Not all of it because I'm not finished. I figured someone would complain if I didn't show me actually gluing something down. So I'll do that. I've got just some little top pieces left. Most of the clock is covered. I see a spot here. Is that my only spot? Hey, that's really the only clock spot that's not covered. Everything else is, but I do want to add some more smaller doodads. So right there, I could put this, oh, see, fits just perfect. That means it's supposed to go there. Oops. So that's how I've glued everything down. And then I go back with something, you know, a damp sponge or something, and wipe away all of the excess paste. So I don't need a ton of it. So let's see, what else do I want? This is a little much right here. That's too big. So I might put something there like whatever that is. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I like this. This, I think, needs to go here. Like that, or like that, or here. Maybe like that. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, what else? I want to use that, but I don't really see a good place for it. See this right here, that's a lot of stuff, a lot of text that needs something. What have I shoved over here? That's too much of the same color. Oh, here's this. Oops. No, too much of the same color. Oh, I really do like this. Oh, I think it needs to go there. Does it need to go there? Maybe like that. Yep, it does. Helps if you talk to yourself. Yeah, you and yourself can just kind of work out, you know, what looks best. Now, got this little, oh, this needs something. Actually, I might put this right here. Oh yeah. That works. And I've got another little piece of text. Oh, it's awfully white. I don't think I want that. Those are the same. I have a little one and a big one. No, that's it. Maybe that needs to go over here along with something like that. Yeah. Maybe the smaller one. Yep. Okay. I need something down here. I need that. I kind of had a really good plan, you know, when I laid it all out. And then as I took it off and then started getting ready to glue it down, that plan just kind of went away. Which is really good because I let go of some of the really severe symmetry that I was holding on to for some reason. So that was good. But yeah, it just kind of turned into a free-for-all. Just stick it down. If I don't like it, you know, this paste is forgiving enough that I can move it. I need something here. Are you my shadow? I think that needs to go there. Okay, I gotta stand up and look over it so I can see. Oh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Okay, I think I want something right here. I think that is good. Oops. And that's where how I'm deciding what goes where, y'all, is just, oh, I think I need something here. Or, you know, that spot looks a little naked. See, like right up here. That spot right there. It needs that thing. And I am still planning to put my little, you know, rolled paper round thing over it. So this is really just a background, which is perfectly fine. I haven't really used a lot of these. I don't really think I want to because they're light colored. And I don't want to lighten it up too much. Maybe this is good. What else did I cut out? I'm kind of to the point where it's looking good, like I don't need to really add anything else. Which means it's done, right? I think I'm happy. I do. Okay, I'm going to clean this up, get rid of the excess paste, and let it dry, and then come back and figure out how to attach this. Well, I've forgotten where I left off yesterday, but here's where we are. Okay, I think I was finished and was ready to move on to the next step, but then I decided that I wanted to give this a spray sealer, and it was dark and cold when I finished filming last night. So I waited till this morning, took it outside and just sprayed it with the Krylon clear varnish, and it's good. Everything is stuck down, it stayed flat, no buckling. When I rub my hands across it, the corners don't catch and start to peel up, so I know that everything's stuck down good, and I absolutely love it just like it is. But I am going to go ahead and put my weird paper thing on top. Now, I did attach a little hanger to the back, and in keeping with the whole recycled theme, it's just a can tab and a thumbtack. And I've used this before. This actually works really well. So I can, you know, I bent this back a little bit so a nail will go under there really easily. So it'll be easy to hang. And I used the thumbtack mainly because this thing is so thin. I didn't have a nail short enough to nail an actual hanger in there because they would all poke through, right? So the thumbtack was really the only thing I could come up with. But that will work. This is not heavy at all. So I think it's going to be just fine. And I'm ready to proceed with my weird paper sunburst thing. Can we call it that? I don't know. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it about the middle. And I'm going to hot glue it. That's the plan. We'll see how that does. This is... See the back, it's already got all kinds of hot glue and stuff on it from when I made it. And it has held well. So I'm just going to put a generous amount of hot glue on here. And stick it down. Yeah, about like that. And last night, I was trying to decide what to do about the center, because you know I had just a nail stuck through there, and that's how I had rather unceremoniously attached it to the wall. But I wanted to do something. I thought that I might find a large paper bead or something to put there, so I went digging through my paper bead stash. Couldn't really find anything, but I did find this. This is one of these paper medallions. I did a local class on this last year. And it's just a medallion thing made out of paper beads, just glued to a cardboard circle. And it's really cool looking. And look how awesome it looks right there. Don't you think? I do. I think it's kind of super cool. So, same thing. I'm just going to hot glue the heck out of it. Paper to paper, so it shouldn't be a problem sticking. And center it up as best I can. Oh, I think that looks great. Looks like it was meant to go with that. I'm going to let that hot glue set up for a little bit just to make sure everything's stuck down good, and then I'm going to go hang this, and that's it. Y'all, this was like super easy. I used stuff I already had on hand. I know not everybody has stuff on hand to do something just like this, but this is really just an example of, you know, think about like when your clock breaks, before you toss it in the garbage, think about how you might be able to reuse it as a piece of decorative art. You know, this is completely recycled. This was literally a clock I was gonna throw away. I even saved the hands because those might make a cool something. I don't know what. I could use them to make another clock at some point. Clocks are actually really easy to make. You just buy the little mechanism, and they have actually different sizes of the clock mechanism. You know, the little thing that I yanked off of the back of here. And usually just the regular standard size is all you need. If you have giant, heavy clock hands, then they make a more powerful one for, you know, huge clock hands. But most of them just require that little thing. and then some hands, and you paint some numbers on a circle, any circle, and you've got a clock. It's super simple. But yeah, so before you throw something out, think about how you might repurpose it, either for your own house or for a gift. And chances are you may have a lot of stuff already on hand to use. And I think this was a great way to use up, like, literally almost this entire book. I saved the covers when I cut out the book block, so I can actually use that again. And then this is all that was left of that whole book. These are the pieces I didn't use. I dropped something, I felt it, but I don't see it. There it is. So yeah, I've still got bits and pieces that I can use for something else. So I'm going to go hang this on my wall, and I hope this sparks some ideas for you to make something cool for your own house. Okay, y'all, that's it. Stay safe out there. The end.